Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm blending a mix of spirituality, self-improvement, and holistic healing to inspire you to become your best self. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So today's inspirational message is simply to not get distracted out there. Yes, there's a lot of chaos going on in the world, especially in the age of Aquarius, the age of information. There's so much information being put out. If you're on social media or content platform, I mean, people are literally able to clip, do deep fakes, remix any kind of information in a way to maybe get more views or to support a certain narrative. So we have to be mindful when we're scrolling on these apps. It can seem like the whole world is coming to an end, but just remember that the old has to fall apart for the new to come together. The old corrupt, unstable, the house of cards, the illusions are being shattered. It can look like destruction, chaos, it can look like confusion. People that were given power obviously abuse it. You're seeing this on a variety of different levels. So you just have to have discernment. And when you're scrolling or looking at this type of content, like, is this really serving me? You have to ask. We're all guilty of this. You've spent hours scrolling on some app, maybe on TikTok. Some people call it doomsday scrolling, or just you're being fed so much information. A lot of it's trauma, drama stuff, right? And I think we're very programmed to have more fear and drama and trauma than we are to have good, positive, inspirational content, right? It's like sensationalism sells more. Obviously, there are forces on this planet trying to keep you in fear, trying to keep you in a lower vibration so you don't wake up, so you don't rise above, right? And so you don't go within. A lot of these distractions are out there, so you're focused so much on that, and you're not even seeing the whole truth. You're seeing what they want you to believe, or whoever put the content out, right? That's what you're seeing. You're seeing clips of things, but you're not even knowing the whole story. So then you have a bunch of people very triggered. Everyone's opinions are very polarized. And then I just see a bunch of people arguing on social media. Just a reminder not to get too distracted on whatever's going on out there. Focus on what's going on within. To stay on your path. Don't get caught up in things that you don't need to get caught up in. You could have a day where you're doing good. Maybe your mental health's improving, right? Maybe you're doing healthier things. You're doing more of your self-care. You're being mindful of the content you consume. You're trying to be healthier, right, in general. And then these things come up to like trigger you, to almost like test you, especially when you're doing more inner work on yourself. You're going to have more things come up to test you, right? And distractions are part of them. You have something you're working towards. Maybe you have a healthy new routine, or maybe a new goal or a dream, and you think you have some momentum going, and then like a bomb will be dropped on you. For me, I've had that happen where it's like traumatic events in my life happen. Just see these things for what they are, distractions. The more you try to evolve and raise your vibration, raise your frequency, raise your consciousness even, and especially if you're stepping into your purpose, going through awakening, you're going to have more things try to distract you, throw you off your path. And a lot of it's a test, like, are you going to interact with this energy, or are you going to be this new version? When you're becoming a new version, you want to think, feel, and act like that version, right? So the more you do that with repetition, the more your reality is going to shift, because it's a mirror to what's going on with inside of you. So the old version of you, probably that was more distracted, or maybe had unhealthy habits, or maybe vices, addictions even, that was the old you, right? But now you're trying to be this new you, but the old things that are attached to your old identity, beliefs, emotions, trauma, just life experiences in general, there's going to be things that are going to, and temptations are going to come up to test you, like, are you going to be this new version or not? So you just have to remember what helps you stay on your path and not get distracted by all the craziness going on in the world. But sometimes you gotta take a break from the social media, take a break from the TV, take a break from the chaos going on in the world. Or it could be in your personal life. When you're trying to do better, you'll have things from your past come up and try to get you. See this life as a game, right? There's nothing wrong with having fun and enjoying yourself, but sometimes when you overindulge, it becomes a distraction, right? Because now you're too in deep in something, whether it's a feeling or addiction or even some kind of drama or trauma or just a pattern that you're used to, And it can be easy to get like caught up in all that, especially if you have trauma around that or a lot of emotional triggers around that, that it basically drains your energy because it's exhausting, right? And after that, you just want to sometimes shut down. Sometimes you have to break down to have the breakthrough. Sometimes you just got to push through, even though it's like a dark tunnel. You have to kind of just push through that dark tunnel and come out the other side into the light again, right? Well, I always say balancing your darkness and light is important. Shadow work's very important right now. If you haven't been doing shadow work or inner work, there are things that are going to come up to, like I said, test you. And sometimes distractions are just a form of self-sabotage. When you allow the distractions to overpower you, look, we all get distracted sometimes. I do too. At least be aware of it and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this for a little bit, go into this for a little bit, but then I'm going to pull myself out and I'm going to get back up and I'm going to get back on my path. You know, it's all about balance. Don't get too distracted by what's going on out here. Focus on what you can control, because many of these distractions, these things are trying to pull at your emotional energy, very polarizing things are going on. So you make more peace with yourself when you just focus on what you can control. You empower yourself by focusing on what you can control. You can't always control other people's decisions or actions, right? But you can control how you respond and what you're choosing to do every day. You have a choice every day when you wake up. What your mindset is, how you're going to feel. Make choices that are more aligned with your best or your highest self. That's how you take your power back. And with repetition, your healthier thoughts, feelings, and actions then become a healthier habit or a better way of being. Focusing on your passions, what brings you joy. Everyone has personal goals they're working on. Try to focus more on those. Rise above. Sometimes you have to have a vision beyond your current circumstances and believe it. Take your power back and stop giving so much energy to distractions that don't serve you. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok, and 2 podcasts. The links are in this video description. I also offer coaching if you need intuitive guidance to motivate and support you on your spiritual self-improvement and or healing journeys. My contact information is in this video description. Have a good day. Namaste.